Everyone, I told you I'd do it. I did it. This is my face tonight. I'm not sure I'm in love, folks. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to keep this, but I said I'd do it. I wanted to check out what it looks like. Now I've checked out what it looks like. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe by tomorrow evening I'll be used to it. It's just very weird. Thank you for joining me, guys. We're doing live tarot reads. Pop your questions in the live stream, the live chat there, and I am collecting money to move flats, right? In order to get a deposit down on a flat, on an apartment. I guess I'll be doing this for the next few months. Hopefully, not more than 2 or 3 months. We'll see before I can move away from this couch and onto a bed of my own. That would be really nice. So. Let's see, there's a question over here from 120 Naldo saying, hi, good evening, Denny. I really enjoyed your Saturn course and I'm almost certainly going to join your money class. Thank you for that. I'm excited for that money class. I think it's going to be exciting. I have a question about money magic and gambling and how they interact. I currently bet on mostly mixed martial arts, not slot machines or proper random gambling. So I think that if you're placing bets on events where it's closer to 1 chance in 10 rather than 1 chance in a million, in randomized situations like the lottery and things like that, I think that it can actually help. I wouldn't recommend using money magic for gambling. I wouldn't recommend gambling, full stop. But I think that if you're doing it anyway, thinking about how magic tends to work in terms of increasing the likelihood of something happening, especially if there are people involved, if you could definitely influence someone to be just in great form on that day, or precisely to be slightly maybe not at the top of their game or something like that, right? That's definitely something that you could potentially influence with magic. All right, let's see. Simoza 2110. Hi, Denny and everyone. I wanted to ask what the cards say for me. I've been trying to improve finances for a while now, but things feel very stuck. Feels like a huge extended wave of unlucky. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because of your next message here. Wow, you look very different from yesterday. Right? Yeah. It's as I say, I'm not sure. We'll I'm just going to live with it for a few hours and possibly, I don't know, possibly go out this evening, see what people's response looks like, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So yes, just folks, just a little reminder: if you want to be absolutely certain that I will read your question, please pop it in a super chat. I think they start at like $2, and it helps me towards my goal of getting that deposit on an apartment of my own, which is the point of my doing these live reads. I would like to not be living on a couch soon. And I think it's looking like I might be managing sooner than later, which is kind of extraordinary, given where I started off just a couple of months ago. So that's really nice. And I just want to thank those of you who have been supporting me and so on. Hi Silkweaver, hiya. And hello, Jello Led, hi, and wonderful 81, hello. Let's take a look for Simoza's situation for how they're feeling stuck right now. Oh, thank you, 120 Naldo, for that very kind super chat. I will take a look at your question in a second. Yes, hair grows indeed, right? I mean, I'm expecting I'm expecting the beard to be back in literally in 3 or 4 days, right? So it's an easy thing to fix. But yeah, it was interesting. Like, I haven't seen myself freshly shaven like this since pretty much my wedding day, right, in 2024. Good gracious, it's been a while. Let's see. And thank you so much, ADFG, for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Right, let's see what's going on here. 5 of Cups reversed, the Sun, the Devil reversed, the 6 of Coins, Page of Coins reversed, the 5 of Swords, and the Princess of Coins and the 6 of Swords. It seems like the situation is not as stuck as your perception of the situation seems to be. It does seem like I don't know. Maybe you're literally on a turning point with. Is it possible that you were in employment and it's not a situation that you like, and that you've kind of got away from that, and the idea of getting back into something like that would be like a big problem, something along those lines. I don't know. It seems like there is a some sort of mastery is missing. It seems like possibly there is there's a complication around some information that you should know, maybe some kind of professional know-how that is just a little bit missing. I wonder also if possibly there might be some burnt bridges with some organizations, some employment situation. You're unemployed for a bit. Only thing I could find is a full commission sale role, but I couldn't make any money yet. Just the 5 of Swords there seems like vainglory, you know, like yeah, there was success, but it's an empty success. And the Page of Coins, yeah, really suggests that there is a problem at the base of your money making abilities. I wonder if the know-how is maybe not necessarily in the professional field, but in the marketing yourself field, that kind of thing, right? In terms of your recommendations, yeah, to to cover that base, to in fact fix that base so that you can market yourself. Yeah, I guess looking up some YouTube videos on how to do well in interviews, that kind of thing, and with that 6 of Swords, I'm going to suggest possibly looking at online work, remote jobs. could potentially be something to look into there for you. All right, let's continue here. Lots and lots of questions, folks. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Let's see. 120 Naldo. I'm looking for inspiration for some themes or rituals I could focus on for the upcoming new moon and winter solstice. Exciting stuff. Let's see. I keep spotting myself in the picture. It's so weird to see myself without a beard. I'm not sure I like it. I'm not sure I like it. I had to try, and I tried. It was good. Let's see. Some rituals, themes or rituals to focus on for the new moon. That 5 of coins reversed again, this time with the 9 of swords. There's clearly something on your mind. There's clearly something that's on your mind that you are maybe something that you're trying to avoid thinking about, and yet it's very heavy on your mind. The Page of Wands reversed, Temperance. Yeah. Are you maybe getting over? I don't know. Maybe a situation. You're trying to take it easy, but it's still draining, possibly. Let's see. Yeah. Currently, it does, with the Magician reversed and the King of Coins reversed, it seems like you're not in a great place to think about what kind of rituals to do for the new moon. So let's take a look. We've got the Truth reversed and the 10 of Cups. That's kind of nice, you know. I guess it's a nice indication that you could just simply adapt to your material situation, right? Your current, possibly emotional situation, emotional and yeah, just simply the kinds of things that you are lacking. So it could be yeah, whatever it is, but how to say what are the words I'm looking for here? Looking at your situation, deciding what you would like to change, what you would like no longer to be true. There we go. How you would like truth to look like, and focus on that. Focus on redesigning what normal looks like. There we go. Redesigning what normal looks like. Hopefully that helps. Yeah. Don't hesitate to reach out. I'm sure there'll be lots of ideas on how to do that in the comments. Let's continue, folks. We've got ADFG. Hi Denny 93, to you too. I'd like to know how the future looks for me right now. Many changes are changing now. Okay, all right, let's take a look. Oh my goodness, a very large super chat just arrived there from Hamid. Bless you, Hamid. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, folks. It's very, very kind. I'll take a look at all of your questions in a moment, okay? First of all, ADFG. How is the future looking? What about these changes? Yeah. Oh goodness, we've got the Page of Coins and the Chaos card reversed. So possibly not the kind of chaos that's about picking the future you want, but rather the kind of chaos that you want to avoid. Yeah, and I can see that you've got, oh my goodness, yes, you have some very heavy energy here. The Magician reversed, so feeling unempowered. And the Ten of Swords, just a general sense of heaviness and defeat, but also a sense of ending of cycles. And as I was saying in the past few live tarot meetings like this, that Ten of Swords is coming up very, very regularly at the moment, precisely because we're coming to the end of many, many different cycles. So let's take a look at what the future has here for you. Okay, the Empress reversed and the King of Cups reversed. Maybe a reassessment of your emotional landscape. Yeah, a reassessment of what's important in your life, a reassessment of what will bring joy into your life, what will also bring emotional fulfillment into your life. And with the Empress as well, I think that yeah, it's the places from which you get satisfaction, comfort, enjoyment, love are going to shift. So let's take a look at what you can do about this. King of Coins reversed and the High Priestess. So that's really nice. So the King of Coins could potentially be where you have traditionally derived all of these benefits, but now it seems like you're being invited to look inside rather than outside for that source of fulfillment. Possibly. Like when I smile, like I'm used to feeling, I don't know, like I'm used to feeling like little whiskers. So bizarre. You don't notice that you notice until you notice that you're not noticing. What the heck? All right. Let's continue, folks. We've got a question from Charles Ray. Charles Ray, I hope you saw the catch up that I did. Was it yesterday? Because I saw obviously that you'd asked a question and you'd sent you had sent a super chat. And I did the proper read for you, and I think you can check it out yesterday in yesterday's feed, if I'm not completely mistaken. Let me just take a look to see if you've sent any questions today. Yes, I have long-term problems with motivation and getting my life sorted. Will this change in 2026? Let's take a look for you there, Charles Ray. Will it change in 2026? Well, the first thing that I'm going to say just while I'm shuffling the cards here for you is that the future is not written. Yeah, the future is influenced by your actions. There is a what you can probably expect if you change nothing. Most likely scenario, yes. We have patterns of preferences that tend to bring about certain outcomes, of course. But if the tarot says this is going to happen, it's not really that this is going to happen. It's this is going to happen if you change nothing. Yeah, and the whole point of magic is to get to a future that you actually want. Yeah. Sometimes it's possible to do that. in many cases it's possible to do that. There aren't very many cases where it's not so easy. All right, let's see. Long-term problems with motivation. Yes, Princess of Cups reversed, the Four of Cups reversed. Nine of Swords reversed, the Page of Swords. It looks like you're tackling this problem already quite head on. It looks like you're already taking action, and possibly you're already seeing some improvements there. But we do have the Knight of Cups and the Six of Coins. The change will not happen on its own. The improvement in your motivation and getting your life sorted, it's not going to happen on its own. You have some natural tendencies which tend to take you in that direction, in that not super helpful direction, right? And with that Six of Coins reversed, I'm going to say, yeah, the universe isn't going to sort that out for you, but it will provide resources if you're looking for them. The Knight of Cups is blindfolded, and it's possible that that this is pointing at just your natural tendency to be led by emotion, to wait for inspiration, this kind of stuff. So yeah, maybe picking up some self-help hypnosis tracks definitely would help, for sure would help that. Yeah, for motivation. Oh goodness, yeah. I've used those in the past. Very effective. Yeah, hypnosis isn't great for everything, but there are some things that it's really good for, and yeah, motivation is one of them. Yeah, you want to improve your sense of agency, your sense of ability to do something. So that very often comes with self-confidence. Yeah, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed is also suggesting to me that, yeah, you shouldn't necessarily be waiting for better conditions, but rather learn with the conditions that you're currently in. Yeah, that'll be a lasting change then, right? Of course, we're put into situations from which we're supposed to learn, and if we don't learn within that situation, we just get to the next situation and it turns out to be the same lesson again, and then it kind of feels a little bit stuck. So it does seem like you're supposed to learn to self-motivate within this current cycle that you're currently in. Yeah, hopefully some of that helps. Okay, let's go back a little bit and see some more of these super chats. We got Tai PDF. X is coming over to get some things, and I love guidance on if I have a shot of reconnecting during this time. Life circumstances got in the way. Oof. Keeping my fingers crossed for you, Tai. Let's see what the tarot suggests here. Those life circumstances, I tell you. Yep. Three of Cups, Five of Swords. Oh. We've got the Eight of Cups reversed and the Seven of Swords reversed in the way you're thinking about it. Clearly you don't want this to end. You don't want to walk away, and that Seven of Swords on the line. It seems like, yeah, you're really ready to communicate openly and truthfully. I'm sorry. There's it's the Death card in the likely near future. The end of a cycle, the end of a situation, and the and the Chaos card reversed as well, which is the Chaos card is the Zero card. It's a stand-in for the Fool card, and the Fool reversed is like not a new beginning, not a new beginning. Let me see. Two recommendations. We've got the Ten of Cups reversed and the Four of Wands reversed. This is a very, very strong indication that it's time to move on. Very, very strong indication. I mean, my heart breaks for you. It really does. These are very, very strong messages, very, very strong. Yeah, do not be looking for joy there, and do not be looking for commitment there. They exist for you. They do exist, but not here, not here. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. That's a tough read. I'm sorry. I prefer to I prefer to read happy ending stories. I think you do have a happy ending, but it's not here. It's not here. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's okay. Tai, let's see. You got another question, I think. Additionally, would there be any negative consequences to doing magic for the universes to bring us back together? Right, I mean, let's check that out. Yeah, I've just read your message here. To add to this, I just started possibly seeing someone else, and my ex popped back into my life after 6 months. Isn't it always like that, though? You just start getting over someone, and they feel the energy connection ending. You're not in the background, not moving on anymore. You are moving on, and suddenly it's like, oh wait, like this safety that somebody loves me in the background isn't there anymore. Like there's something wrong, and it's intuitive, because of course people are energetic beings. We are energetic beings. We know when someone's obsessively thinking about us, and of course there's nothing we can do about it, right? When somebody is on our mind, you've formed a strong attachment with someone. You can't just leave that by deciding to leave that. But when you do finally leave it, they notice it. They just notice it, and they reach out. Yeah, it's uncanny, and it's bloody annoying. But it's the way it is. It's the way it is. And then you're back on this, right? Like, oh, like maybe there's a chance, maybe we could make it work, and so on. Yeah. Yeah, in case you're wondering, I'm not talking about my wife. Let's see. But yes, I have been in a very similar situation recently. Any negative consequences to doing magic for the universe is to bring us back together? To be honest with you, I'll give you my own perspective first, right? I'll do a read for you. I did something like this. I met someone else, you know, after my wife left, and it was good. I guess the first time I'd experienced. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. Nope. Sorry, I'll do the read for you. Gonna go for the I Ching. Okay. It's hexagram 64. It's called Before Completion. All right, the target is in sight. An abyss cannot be crossed jumping twice. Preparations must be correct. It does look like doing magic around this could have the effect that you're after. Preparations must be correct because everything can be ruined at the very last moment. Be careful. There can be hidden traps. Okay, there's a changing line. It is time to celebrate, but be careful. If you drink too much, everything may fall apart. Interesting. All right, I'll just leave you with that, okay? All right. Hopefully that helps, Tai Tai, and keeping my fingers crossed for you. Good. Hamid, let's take a look at your question. I guess most information about the afterlife is based on Abrahamic religions or some from old texts. Does any occult book exist that provides afterlife knowledge through necromancy or invocation of spirits or entities? Any occult book exist that provides afterlife knowledge through necromancy or invocation of spirits or entities? Do you know what? I'm going to recommend a book by Josephine McCarthy. It's called which one is it? I think it's the Book of Gates. Yes, the Book of Gates. There we go. So this is a text that was put in the coffins of some Egyptian kings and also common people, if I remember correctly. I read this a little while ago. I recommend going to check out my my review of the Book of Gates. It is about the Egyptian concept of the journey into the underworld, led by Ra. That's on one side. There's also, I guess, the Tibetan Book of Going Forth by Day, also known as the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Which, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend just reading the original text, although you absolutely can, and that would be a really enlightening situation for you, like enlightening read for you. But reading some commentaries on that, I think it's a French author called Bertrand Weber, I think, who wrote a book called The Thanatonauts, like the Explorers of Death. That could be something to look into. And then another book that I'm going to recommend is a book by Dr. Rick Strassman called DMT, The Spirit Molecule. Possibly something of interest there. All right, something to consider. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else that comes to mind? No, I think those are going to be your best bets there, Hamid. And once again, thank you so much for your very kind super chat there. All right, lost a friendship. Oh, I'm sorry, M3N1SQ272. Lost a friendship I valued so much recently due to my mistakes, trying forgiveness via Gallery of Magic books, but I would be very grateful for any light. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's see what the cards suggest. Charles Ray, you wore a beard from mid-2000s till last year. Couldn't contemplate going back to the face fuzz now. Interesting. All right, I'll take a look. As I say, I'll see how I feel tomorrow, and may or may not shave again. We'll see. What's going on with my notifications? My goodness. Notification for my Flixbus going to Prague on the 28th for 3 days, which I'm really looking forward to. Get my head somewhere else with some good friends. Let's see about M3N1SQ's lost friendship. That's not fun. Got the Princess of Wands, the Nine of Wands reversed. The High Priestess, the Knight of Coins. The Three of Coins reversed, the Ace of Coins, maybe. And the Ten of Coins, the Six of Coins, Six of Swords reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Yes, I can see that the friendship that you had was a close one. It was a pretty special friendship. It seemed like you understood each other on an intuitive level. Yeah, it seems like it'll be difficult to expect cooperation in the near future, but it does seem like there is opportunity to sow new seeds. It might be a question of letting things go for a while, and then who knows, maybe reaching out with a sincere apology or something. I don't really know. The Wheel of Fortune reversed does really suggest don't let this go, don't move on. Yeah, and the Six of Swords there as well. It really is, you know, an energy of this is deep. This is you know, this is important. With the Ten of Coins, yeah, I mean, this is something worth working for. Yeah, so yeah, this is definitely not the end. It's going to be difficult to get cooperation. So the effort, it looks like the effort is going to happen on your side. You don't want to be pushing. You can possibly plant some seeds, whatever that might mean for you. Generating new opportunities for something fresh, for some fresh energy between you, right? Rather than rehashing the old and stuff. But certainly with that Ace of Coins, it does seem like maybe yeah, maybe genuinely apologizing. I don't know if that's the way, but certainly some recognition of the situation and some evidence of recognition of the situation, right? If you say that it was your fault, then yeah, possibly it needs to be made clear that you know that it's your fault, something along those lines, right? Yeah. All right. I hope that helps. I'm going to set the end of stream card so we don't get any further questions. But let's continue here. We've got Chaos in Equilibrio. That's nice. Let's take a look. I like that that username. I'm Catholic, but I practice magic and divination, and then I go to confession afterwards. Is this like cheating, or is it the right spiritual path? Oh, wow. I don't know what to answer. I'll ask the cards, of course. Of course, you know that I consider myself Christian, but that I completely remove myself from any kind of organized religion, Christian or not. And so I don't really have an answer for you. It sounds like, the loophole is there. You might as well exploit it, right? But actually, personally, I wouldn't have a problem with that because of the way I think about confession, right? I feel like it shouldn't be the way it's done. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting question. Okay, let's see what the cards are suggesting for you. the cards suggest here for chaos in equilibrio? We've got art reversed and the Page of Swords. The Queen of Swords reversed, the King of Swords reversed. Okay, all right, all right. We've got the King of Cups upright, the Six of Cups upright, and we've got the Seven of Cups reversed and the Pope reversed. Yes. Good point, Tarot, good point. All right. Okay, all right, all right. So you're being quite agile, right? You're kind of you're working the system, and that is a clever thing to do. It's a clever thing to do. It's a thing that is enabling you to get what you need, despite not being in a powerful situation. Let's not forget that people have always used positions of power within religious hierarchy to do exactly what you just described, right? That's funny. That's funny. What you can expect in the near future is to feel more and more comfortable with what you're doing, like literally to the only thing that really matters is that you know that you're doing the right thing. If it feels right to you, that is literally all that matters, because you have a link to the divine, and your path is your path, and nobody else's. And if your path is doing magic and then going to confession, then and that works for you, I don't see anything here about guilt or anything like that. Just you working the system and being pretty clever about it. That Six of Cups is suggesting that it is even something that your ancestors would look down upon with I don't know about admiration, but you know, they'd be like, okay, that works. That's impressive. Couple of recommendations would be don't take it too far. Do remember why you're doing this, right? You're doing this because magic is helping you on your spiritual path, right? Don't start making excuses for doing, you know, shady magic and you know, questionable ethics magic, that kind of stuff, and then going to confession with that stuff. I would say you might not feel so comfortable doing that. And also with the Pope reversed, I'm going to suggest a couple of things here. Don't suggest this as a path for others, right? This is your path, once again. This is not a path to be taught. It's the situation that you have, and clearly it's working out nicely for you, but not as a path to be taught to others. What else? Yes, all right. The most important confession is the confession between you and divinity, right? Going via the church, going via a priest is the system that they've put in place, yeah. And while that's working for you, that's great. And one day you might feel like just offering your confession directly to divinity might work out for you It's something that you might consider at some point, and it's something you might not consider at any point. But yeah, just something to bear in mind. Okay, all right, and then let's keep going. Or you got recruited for an IT director position for a bank. How should you approach the interview? Let's take a look there for you. Control Alt Delete. Congratulations, by the way. That is very, very impressive. IT director position for a bank. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, thank you, Hamid. That's so kind. Thanks. How to approach the interview. I'll do a quick card read for you, and then I'll also do an I Ching read for you. That's the kind of question that the I Ching tends to do quite well with. Oh, that's nice. All right. What not to do, what to do. What not to do is you should not go in exuding confidence and being hot-headed and assuming what the question is going to be, and you know, swagger. Avoid that. Also, have in mind an answer to a question about what you didn't like about your previous position that is a great answer. Yeah. What didn't you like about your previous job? You need to be prepared with that answer before you go in. Don't expect to come up with a good answer on the spot, because emotions will get in the way, and you might say something that makes you look not at your best. So you want an answer that does make you look your very best. So work out what the answer to that question is beforehand. What to do? While you don't want to be going in with empty swagger, you do want to appear competent. We've got the Emperor card here. So Knight of Swords reversed, Emperor card upright. You don't want to be appearing to be a thoughtless person who just charges ahead without consideration, right? You want to be seen to be completely in control, and in control doesn't mean, especially if you're in a position of an IT director, in control doesn't mean needing to control everything, but rather has control because you know how to delegate control. You are an emperor. So possibly before going in, embody the emperor. Like grab a tarot card, grab an emperor tarot card and meditate on that. Think about the attributes of an emperor, and step inside that archetype, because it's a beautiful and very powerful archetype, of course. Let me just ask the I Ching for some details here. Any further details? How to approach this interview for Control Alt Delete. Good. The creative free will chooses and plans its own way. Time is the means for the deployment of action. There is an objective to achieve. Okay, we've got two changing lines. Stand still, plan out. You do not need to rush. Yes, you do not need to rush. Take your time. Take your time with those answers. If there's a question that arises that you don't have an answer for, take as long as it takes. Don't feel rushed just because they're watching you. You could even say, listen, I could give you a rushed answer, but I don't like giving rushed answers. I like giving complete answers. And so if you don't mind, I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to formulate my to formulate an answer that is accurate rather than giving you something that I think you want to hear. I think that'll be better. Right? That kind of stuff. Like literally just buy yourself time by explaining that you need more time. That kind of thing, right? Yes, arrogance and an excessive ambition lead to failure. Yeah, so you don't want to be presenting yourself as something that you are not really. The reason you've been recruited for this job is because clearly they believe that you have the talent for this job, right? And the skills for this job. And so lean into what you really are, what you really have, what you really know, what you really do, rather than thinking, what do they probably want something more than what I am? No, they want you. So present yourself perfectly and genuinely and authentically, and they'll know. They'll sense that. Of course they will. All right. Hopefully that helps. Control-Alt-Delete. I've got two more questions. My career will be coming to a fork in the road within 6 months, says SLVTRS. Any insights on which path is advisable? How to best prepare. Let's check that out. Okay. Which path is advisable? How best prepare for this fork in the road? Yeah, we've got the Two of Wands clearly looking ahead, and the Truth reverse. So just maybe some difficulty in seeing what that path ahead really is. King of Cups reversed, Queen of Coins upright. Yeah, possibly just sensing that that this fork in the road might be a tricky one to navigate emotionally, but with some good opportunities. Let's see what you can expect. The Sun reversed, but the Queen of Cups, which is nice. Okay, Sun reversed. I don't know how to interpret that. I'm going to grab a clarifier card, and we've got some recommendations. Yeah, we've got Chaos reversed and the Page of Swords. It's funny how often the Chaos card has come out today, and the Fool card has not come out at all. Interesting. Yeah, it seems like you are supposed to decide in advance what you want, and then that option is going to become more evident, right? If you decide not what path you want to take, but rather what you want to get out of that path. Yeah, what's important to you? What are your values? Yeah, what is it that you really want out of your life, right? What is it that you are currently possibly feeling that you're lacking and that you want more of? Decide upon that, and then the right path will become the only path available on its own. Like this crossroads will sort itself out just by deciding what it is that you want. Yeah. Let me do a little I Ching reader on this as well. Thank you for your concern, Donya. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see about this crossroads. It's hexagram 62, preponderance of the small. A newborn nestling cannot fly. An unready person cannot accept a responsibility. Goodness, okay. The situation is dangerous because you do not measure up, and it's very easy to make mistakes. Yeah, the I Ching can be a little bit harsh sometimes, goodness. You cannot pretend anything. This is important, yeah. Do notice what you want and what your natural gifts are, yeah, if that makes sense. There's a changing line. It's not a mistake to keep up your guard. Danger is real. If you ignore it, you may suffer. So yeah, clearly you're right to be looking ahead at this crossroads. But yes, it seems like you need to be looking a little bit further than just the crossroads itself. Yeah, decide what your core values are, what's important for you in your life, and go after that. Yeah, hopefully that helps. All right. And then finally, we've got a question from OX Sigma. Where can I find a cure for Alzheimer's? I'm sorry, OX Sigma. I guess you put in your question after I changed the card there to "this stream is about to end, no more questions." But on my main screen, I'll just show it to you. Yeah, I'll just bring it up so that you can see. I don't do health questions. I don't believe Alzheimer's has a cure. What I will for you is maybe take a look at where you could look for support. Yeah. I'm sorry if it's you or someone who's close to you. That's tough. That is really tough. I'm sorry. Magician reversed, the Seven of Cups reversed. Ooh, the Two of Cups reversed, the Six of Coins reversed. Just a very heavy energy there for you. I'm sorry. The Judgment, the Ten of Swords. Any recommendations? Yes, the recommendations are useful recommendations, I think. We've got the Two of Wands and the Chariot. You want to make preparations, like you want to make provisions, like you're going to want to learn as much as possible about the illness, and make sure that everything's in place before it gets urgent, right? Before whatever it is needed, because the process is long and painful and sad. I have people in my own life, yes, who have suffered and who are starting to suffer from Alzheimer's, and it's oh gosh, it's really very, very unforgiving situation. And so yeah, the right thing to do is to get as much learning about what to expect as possible, and to get advice on what to prepare in advance. That's all I can really give you, I'm afraid. I wish I could give you more, but yeah, that's very, very, very difficult. Yeah, and I think that with the Chariot there, I think that if it's not you, if it's someone close, and I'm with the Two of Cups there, I do fear that it might be someone close. It could be worth learning what this close person has tended to do. You know, if this person has been the one to file your taxes or whatever it is, you're going to want to learn to be the one in the driver's seat. Yeah, so to learn whatever it takes. Hopefully that helps to a degree. Okay, all right, folks. Ooh, there was some heavy reads today, folks. Some days that's what comes up. I am so grateful for you all spending some time with me. I probably will grow this beard back, you know. Thanks again, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow, possibly tomorrow, with a slightly more upbeat energy. Yes, I think I'll be here tomorrow. Yes, for sure. All right, folks. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll see you soon with another one. See you. Bye-bye.